Level 1. You're just a regular guy, but lately you've been thinking about how to look better, how to feel more confident in your own skin, and honestly get girls. You're not chasing unrealistic standards or trying to become someone you're not. You just want to look better, feel better, and carry yourself with a bit more pride. So you start with the basics. First, your haircut. You do some research, maybe ask your barber for advice, and finally land on a style that flatters your face shape. It frames your features better, gives your appearance some structure, and you notice a difference immediately. You never knew how much a simple haircut can do. From there, you double down on hygiene. You stop skipping the little things. You shower daily, use deodorant, you keep your nails trimmed, and floss regularly. You invest in a good cologne, not something overpowering, just a clean, subtle scent that leaves a good impression. You also decide to hit the gym more consistently, not to become a bodybuilder, but to feel healthier and more energetic. As the weeks go by, you start seeing progress. Your posture improves, your clothes fit better, and you start moving with more confidence. You also let your beard grow to add definition to your jawline and give you a more mature, older look. You keep it groomed, shaped, and clean. You never knew the power of these little cheat codes. And then there's skincare. You finally stop rinsing your face with just water and hoping for the best. You start with a basic routine, a gentle cleanser, a moisturizer, and sunscreen during the day. Maybe you add in a serum or two once you understand what your skin really needs. And over time, your skin looks clearer, healthier, and even more toned. Level 2. At this point, you're not just working on yourself anymore. You're officially in your self-improvement arc. Things are starting to click. You catch your reflection in a shop window, and for the first time in a long time, you don't cringe. You also begin to notice something new: attention. The occasional glance from across the room, a compliment here and there, conversations that didn't used to happen are suddenly happening. And while you're flattered, you're not smug. You just realize there's more to this than you thought. So you start getting curious. You stop treating self-care like a moral high ground and more like what it really is, a strategy. You drop the fear of artificiality and realize there's no medal for doing everything the hard way. You want results? Then it's time to be open-minded. First, the shoes. You cave and get a pair with a little extra height. Not clown level lifts, just an inch or two. Enough to shift the vibe. Then comes skincare. Serious skincare. You consult with a doctor and start a course of Accutane. Dry lips, dry skin, even moodiness. But it's a short-term hassle for a long-term glow. You also start using minoxidil. Your beard starts to fill in, and even your hairline improves. You also learn the power of getting lean. It's seriously the best ROI when it comes to looks. Abs are nice, sure, but the sharp jawline, the cleaner proportions, and the way your clothes drape just right, those hit different. Suddenly, a basic t-shirt and jeans make you look 10 times more put together. Level 3. At this point, something clicks. You realize the whole improving your looks thing isn't just about getting girls. It's deeper than that. You start to see how your appearance suddenly shapes almost every interaction in your life. How people greet you, how seriously they take you, and how often they smile back. Your looks have become a kind of social currency, and you have finally learned how to exchange it. Suddenly, job interviews feel warmer, strangers are more polite, you feel less invisible. And the best part, it's not just external. Your posture improves and your voice steadies. You walk into a room and feel like you belong there. So naturally, you want to take things further. You start mewing, you throw in some jawline gum. Then comes TRT. This isn't bro science anymore. After a proper consultation, you take the plunge. You recover faster, lift heavier, and your mirror starts showing that. Level 4. At this point, it's no longer just a self-improvement thing. It's a full-blown lifestyle. Looks aren't a part of your life, they are your life. The mirror has basically become your best friend, and you only love your own beauty. You have almost stopped looking at the other sex. You have become him, or your version of that stupid saying. You have become that guy, the one with the perfectly symmetrical fade, the brows that are professionally threaded. You have crossed the Rubicon of aesthetic enhancement. You start taking steroids, not recklessly, but with the precision of someone who's read every forum post and watched every video on cycles, PCT, and liver support. Your shoulders widen, your waist stays tight, and you start looking like you were carved from marble. You begin to look at the world through the lens of visual dominance, Every interaction, every social setting, every fleeting glance across a room becomes part of a silent, unspoken hierarchy. You're either mogging or being mogged. Level 5. At this stage, things are getting ridiculous. You're deep in the rabbit hole, doing things that sound more like medieval torture than beauty routines. Bone smashing, heat nose shaping, thumb pulling, even MSC. You tell yourself it's science, but deep down you know it's borderline delusion. You do a bit of sun gazing, a bit of zygote pulling, a bit of ice hooding, just random shit from the internet. This is all you think about. Your entire paycheck goes towards looking good. Can you even afford to pay rent anymore? Level 6. At this stage, you realize something uncomfortable. You're not happy. For all the time, money, effort spent in sculpting your appearance, it never quite delivered what you were chasing. The validation fades fast. The mirror compliments you, but it doesn't comfort you. In your obsession with aesthetics, you forgot to build a personality. You can turn heads, sure, but you can't hold attention. Conversations feel hollow, interactions feel performative, and worst of all, you're stuck in decision paralysis. Pretty boy or masculine, lean or buff, long hair or short. Every choice feels like it could be the wrong one, and none of them feel right. Meanwhile, it's the guy with confidence, charm, and a real sense of self. The one who actually lived life instead of just grooming for it, who's mogging you without even trying. And that stings more than any bad haircut ever could. Level 7. At this point, the illusion finally breaks. You realize that looks, real lasting beauty, are just a reflection of the soul. A kind heart, a curious mind, a joyful spirit. Those things shine through, no matter what your bone structure says. Even someone you once thought was ugly can light up a room if their soul is intact. But yours? You have spent so long chasing perfection that you forgot who you were. Excessive vanity, constant comparison, silent judgment, it all chipped away at your spirit. You didn't just lose balance, you lost yourself. So now, you start the real work. You begin to heal the soul you neglected. You rediscover what you love, not for clout or aesthetics, but because it makes you feel alive. You stop chasing validation and start doing the things that bring you joy. You start to bring back the humor, the lightness, the effortless charm you had back when the journey first began. The version of you who laughed more and judged less. Because the truth is, life is so much bigger than appearances. Looks fade always. No matter how hard you fight it, beauty is temporary. But a well-kept soul? That's the part people remember. That's what lasts. And for the first time in a long time, that feels like enough.